Welcome to the show, How Do You Know What You Know?, where philosophers from the centuries compete for the title of who's right. On today's show, we have the British Empiricalists. Let us meet our contestants. First, we have John Locke, a man who made empiricalism very popular and had a tremendous influence on the American Thomas Jefferson, and our other two contestants. Welcome, John Locke. How do you know what you know?
Bill, all that you know comes from experience, and your mind starts with a blank slate, the tabula rasa.
Thank you, John. Glad to have you with us. Our next two contestants were influenced by you greatly, but you were dead by the time they had come into their prime, and they took your thinking in a new direction.
They did what?
Never mind. I'd like to welcome George Berkeley and David Hume.
Oh, good to see you, Bill. Now I know you exist.
George, your philosophy is most famously associated with the question, if a tree fell in the forest and no one was there to hear it, did it make a sound?
Actually, I never posed the question as that, but it gets to my point. To use your modern terminology, if something is not on your radar screen, does it really exist? Not for you, it doesn't. To be is to be perceived, as I like to say.
Aye, but when that sleuth fighter plane drops a bomb on you, you know it's real.
David, to hear you acknowledge anything is real comes as a surprise.
I doubt we can know anything for certain, so game over. I won.
Not so fast, David. That doesn't get you out of answering our first question. Let's get started. You claim as British empiricalists that knowledge comes from our experience, but experience of what? George, you got the buzzer first?
Everything is perceived by God. There is actually no material stuff, just ideas held by God. We are perceived by God, so we, our souls, exist.
You are kidding me. You tell me that our experience is based on ideas held by God and nothing else exists? Bill, let me do the honors. Bzzz. George, you are wrong. Thanks for playing. Ideas are basically copies of our sense experience. There are definitely what I call primarily qualities of stuff that are independent of any perceiver, and then secondary qualities of stuff that depend on the perceiver. Oh, so close, John, but you didn't go far enough. Let me take you into the next century of thinking. We agree that all ideas can be traced to sense experience. If a belief cannot be traced back, it is not an idea at all, it's pure hogwash. And there is a lot of that out there. In fact, I doubt anything can be established with any sort of certainty. Our imagination fills in the gaps and gives us a sense or belief that there is an external world.
Okay, so let's recap. We don't know anything more than what we did before we started the game.
You couldn't have come up with that idea without the experience of the last few minutes.
Well, at least you can agree that you are all right on that point. Let's move on to our final round. This is for the title of being right. The question is, can we know anything beyond our direct experience? John, let's go with you first. Your answer is no. Okay, simple response, but the issue is a bit more complicated. Let's move on to George Berkeley. Where did George go?
Strange. He got a text and was very upset. He showed me the text, which was from his girlfriend, telling him she was no longer going to see him. And he disappeared.
David, can you verify that from your experience?
Who is George Berkeley? I've never heard of him.
Okay, out of sight, out of mind. David, what is your final answer? Well, we've come to the end of our show, and the $64,000 question is still left on the table for discussion. How do you know what you know?
Honorable gentlemen, would please just shut the fuck up, we can all get on with things.
Now you want to enunciate it?
Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, it'd be very nice if he could talk like that all day long. All right.
Oh, Bill, all that you know comes like that. That's going to be his voice. And no one's going to complain because nobody knows what he was like anyway. That's how he sounds, looking at his nose. Awful.